Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Amanda Williams, and I've been a member of Grace Church my entire life. My parents, who most of you know, moved to Millbrook a couple of years before I was born and discovered Grace. Grace Church has meant a lot to me throughout my life. I was baptized in this church, right in the back there, by Father Ken Swanson and Father William Wilson, a Catholic missionary priest who was friends with my parents. When I was little, Mimi ran the daycare, which was available during church services. When my brother Greg was little, I used to run down after the service and read the joke books and build forts with the cardboard blocks that are still used by the preschool today. I grew up going to Sunday school here and volunteering to wait tables at the annual pancake supper. I was in the Christmas pageant every year and the Stations of the Cross production every spring. It was an honor the year I was picked to play Mary for the pageant. I grew up singing choir alongside Heather, who always had the best voice, and was most excited every time we got to sing Hail Holy Queen right up here. As a kid, I felt like Doug and Connie Kinsey were an extra set of grandparents to me, and I always enjoyed a chat with them after the service. As I got older, I was confirmed right here. I became more involved with the church. I was a reader and an acolyte, and I helped my mom to usher regularly. I even filled in as a Sunday school teacher once in a while. While I was at the age where I definitely did not want to get up early, going to church was routine for me, and it did feel good to go. Around this time, we also had a vibrant youth group. Those Friday night gatherings were a highlight for me during a time when I didn't always feel accepted at school. It really gave me a sense of community. We had huge sleepovers for Holy Week, as well as the annual 30-hour famine, where we teamed up with Lisle Federated Church across the street and raised money to fight world hunger. Youth group gave me more opportunities to give back and helped reinforce for me the importance of giving. When I went to college, I only came to Grace on holidays when I was home. There were non-denominational services at school, but it just wasn't the same. During that period of my life, I still prayed before bed when I could stay awake and maintained my faith, but I must admit I was usually sleeping on Sunday mornings. After college, I was offered a job that included working weekends. I rarely came to church, and I'll admit, my faith wasn't as strong during that time. It wasn't until a few years later that I listened to the quiet call back to Grace. I was slowly moving towards the role of step-parent, and I was yearning for something that I had been missing. It felt good to join in the communion and absorb the teachings. It also felt good to share everything that Grace had to offer with Amari, my soon-to-be stepdaughter. I had had such a wonderful childhood experience here. I wanted to share that foundation with her. She attended Sunday school with Betty Ray and bonded with a few of the girls. Around that time, Jean Hayes invited me to have dinner with the Women of Grace one Wednesday evening. I can be shy sometimes and felt like I might feel out of place, so I made sure my mom came too. The first time we got together, it was like a breath of fresh air. The ladies were so welcoming and genuinely supportive. We shared stories, we prayed together, and we ate some delicious food. My mom and I were hooked. And just like that, I realized that I had transitioned from a child of this church to a mom bringing a child to this church. It's pretty spectacular to think about how things come full circle. I'm lucky to say that in the summer of 2017, I married my best friend right here. Father Matt led the ceremony, my dad walked me down the aisle, and my brother sang. I was surrounded by family and friends and felt lucky that members of the congregation also came to support. I'd always dreamed of getting married here, and it was everything I had imagined and more. Why have I been reminiscing, you might ask? The point is that this church has given me so many positive memories and has added such value to my life. It helped instill my morals, and it showed me that a positive, supportive community is within reach. It taught me all about God's love. Not only is Grace here for me now, but it's been instrumental throughout my years on earth. As an adult, I feel grace to be grounding and attending this service revitalizing for me. The connections I've made here are genuine, and I thank everyone listening who has supported my growth over the years. Now, this brings me to my final point, stewardship. I give to Grace because Grace has given so much to me. Not only does it feel good to give, but I understand, more than before, that the church needs our support financially. Whether that money ends up going towards the electric bill, the man who plows the parking lot, or the wonderful music we hear each week, it all helps. Every one of us matters. I want to be a part of what it takes to keep our parish running for years to come. I want to see this parish thrive so that it can continue to positively impact others and grow the spiritual community here in Millbrook. If you feel like this church has had a positive impact on you and you feel called to give back, I urge you to answer that call. I firmly believe that you won't be disappointed. Thank you.